Yo, what up, people? It's Matt the Dub, back with another book review. Yes, a book review. In 1 week, we were able to finish a book, and honestly, not to be boastful or anything, so I am proud of it, but I didn't read as much as I know I can. We lacked a little bit, but we were still able to finish it, even though it was a fairly short book, 200 pages, but a lot of pictures. Kobe Bryant, Mamba Mentality. Yes, the year of the Mamba, we started off with the Book of the Mamba. And this is honestly a really great book. If I was still on the basketball grind, this would be a Bible. This really is a Bible for any basketball player because he talks about the mentality of just playing ball. He was Mamba, and he talked about the mentality of playing basketball. Coincidentally, it became known as Mamba Mentality because he was just so inspirational and so good at what he did. He's a true artist. I kind of respect him. As I always respect him, but now I kind of respect him as, in his own category in the game. They argue who's the best, Jordan or LeBron. My opinion, it's arguable. Michael Jordan's the best of all time. Kobe Bryant's the second. LeBron is third, but I think they're all good in different categories. Kobe Bryant kind of picked off from what Michael Jordan did, was talking to him almost every day on the phone, asking him this, asking him that. Michael Jordan put him on the game recognizing game. And, nobody played like Kobe. Kobe, he talks about how he tore his Achilles and like not even that late in his career, but not too early either. And he came back and still dominated for way more seasons than he should have. He talks about dislocating his finger in the middle of a game, having it getting popped back in and going right back into play because he finished it. Mamba mentality. He talks about playing guys like Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. He talks about playing Reggie Miller. He talks about playing AI, Kevin Garnett. He talks about all of them in this book, and he also talks about his mentality playing each one of them. Because not only did he work his ass off, he studied his ass off. He watched so much footage. Whenever he wasn't touching a basketball, he was pretty much watching footage the whole time. Studying people's games, studying their weaknesses, and exploiting them. Early in his career, he found his weaknesses and just worked on it and turned them into strengths. He really just outworked everybody. That's why I consider him in his own category as arguably the greatest of all time. I personally think it's Michael Jordan, but Kobe's a very close second. He's so inspirational and so good. As a kid, he played basketball in Italy and learned how a foreign country plays the game of basketball, and took that into his game in the U.S. At 18, got drafted to the Hornets, but they had a deal with the Lakers already, so within 5 days, they brought Kobe to the Lakers, and the rest was history. His jersey is hung up at Staples Center, number 8 and number 24. 2 times, motherfucker! I'm just kidding, sorry. Shouldn't have cursed. This could have been for kids, and now I messed it up. Sorry, kids. But, yeah, man, probably my favorite part of this book is that he talked about reading the referee's handbook just to learn their blind spots. And what did he do in those blind spots? He traveled. He fouled. He did all this illegal stuff that he wasn't allowed to do in the game in the ref's blind spots. That is, just like the Dalai Lama said, learn the rules so you know how to break them. That's exactly what Kobe did. He learned the rules so he knew how to break them. That is so genius. He learned the referee's blind spots. And what I didn't realize before reading this book is how much every NBA player fouls in the game. They all learned how to foul without getting caught. Blind spots aside, they foul a lot. They learned how to hold the player on defense without getting caught. These players are slick. There's so much going on within the game that we have no idea. We have no idea about. And it's really cool to see how the top tier players really know how to guard on defense while fouling, while not knowing they won't get caught because they know how to do it slick. But yeah, he talks about playing LeBron, how exploiting LeBron's weaknesses, young KD. And he said when they were playing together on the USA team, he was constantly making fun of them, talking about their weak spots. And you know what they did? They worked on it. They realized they had weak spots and they worked on it. KD ended up becoming a great. LeBron ended up becoming one of the GOATs. So, you want to say like, oh, LeBron's better than Kobe. You can't argue that KD's better than Kobe, but he's one of the greats, and those guys wouldn't be where they are today without Kobe's influence. So how are you going to talk GOAT talk and not include Kobe? How are you going to say any of the people after Kobe was a better player than Kobe? Just as how are you going to say any player that came before Jordan was better than Jordan? You know, and it's really this book is really inspirational. I don't know how long I could really go on about this book. Let me skim through it for a second. See if I miss it. Oh, he's really like, he found the best of the best. He recognized in people that they were serious about their craft. So, like his physical therapist was the best physical therapist, one of the best in the world. So kept him on his whole career. And all people like that, physical therapists. Who else was it? You know, photographer. This photographer, like I'll show you some. See, like this is all from the same photographer. It took just amazing photographs. Andrew D. Bernstein. Hello, my brother, Jewish brother. I'm just kidding, but it's not my Jewish brother. But Andrew Bernstein took all these, every single photo in this book, and these are all like amazing photos. Like I guess I never heard of Andrew Bernstein before reading this book, but he took great photos, and I guess he was just a photographer who went to every single Laker game and photographed Kobe his whole career. So that just shows you, you know, the same physical therapist his whole career, the same, you know, like acupuncturist. I don't think that's really what it was, but he had the best of the best his whole career for different aspects of, you know, injury healing, photography, all these other stuff that I can't recall right now. But he talks about working with Phil Jackson, how Kobe realized that friction causes a spark, and that nobody on the team was really gonna oppose what Phil Jackson was saying. You know, Phil Jackson, so much history with Jordan. The fact that Kobe was even playing for Phil Jackson is just like godsend. It's like prophetic. And so Phil Jackson's trying to coach the team, and Kobe was constantly giving him shit. Not like disobeying and being like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. Like, no, he was like challenging Phil Jackson because he knew no other player on the team would. And that's just his mindset, man. He wasn't like thinking like, oh, screw Phil Jackson. He was thinking, let's make the team better. That was his Mamba mentality. So he was being contradicting. He was being like, he was giving Phil Jackson crap. And Phil Jackson learned how to deal with Kobe and made the team better. And they won 5 championships, man. 3 with Shaq, 2 without Shaq. And yeah, man. What else did he talk about? He talks about his close relationship with Pau Gasol. The second Pau Gasol got traded to the Lakers, Kobe let him get settled in his hotel room and then went to go talk to him, and they just hit it off immediately. I'm pretty sure Kobe, not to hurt Shaq's feelings, I'm pretty sure Kobe said in this book that Pau Gasol was Kobe's favorite player to play with in his whole career. He talks about the leadership of Derek Fisher. Who else did he talk? He was one of the players we talked about that I really wanted to talk about. I can't remember. It was no, it's not Jordan Clarkson. One of them though. He talks about prepping D'Angelo Russell, trying to get him better. Who else was it? Alright, I'm not gonna linger on it. But, we'll see what happens. Yeah, man, and I don't know what else to really say, man. Yeah, gets the respect from the GOATs like Magic Johnson. Jordan loved them. What is this? He said, I just flipped it. He says, I did biblical workouts. I started lifting weights at 17 when I got to the NBA. Nothing fancy, just basic, time-tested lifting methods that focus on strengthening one group of muscle at a time. All right. Okay, so I would lift for 90 minutes on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. When I say lift, I mean heavy, hard, can't feel your arms type of lift. That's good. After that, I would go into the gym and shoot. He would destroy his arms and then go in the gym and shoot. Because that's how you get better, man. Like, oh, man, it's just, if I compared it to rapping, I would just say you exercise, write all day. Like, you just write about random topics and you just write all day. And then once you're exhausted and can't write anymore, then you make a song. I might have to try that. But you know what? I'm just skimming through the book. I think, we covered enough. I'm really happy I was able to do this because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to talk enough about this book. Honestly, unless I read a book in like 3 days, it's hard for me to talk about and remember everything. Because like Kobe talked about in his book, I have a short memory. And when you have a short memory, you're constantly trying to prove yourself because you forget what you did in the past. And right now, my rap career is nowhere near Kobe. I'm 10 years after Kobe became professional, and, I'm not discovered yet, but, reading a book like The Mamba Mentality, how he played the game, how I play, it just really inspires me. And, maybe if I train in rap the way Kobe trained in basketball, maybe I'll make something of myself. With that lesson, everybody, this is the year of the Mamba. Keep Kobe and his family in your prayers. His daughter was on her way to become one of the greatest WNBA players of all time. She was dominating every game she played in with Kobe as her head coach. And, R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. Gianna. And game lost a true one. He could have done great things after his career. I'm pretty sure he won an Emmy and an Oscar. And that just shows his greatness. To anything he did, he would have succeeded. So, R.I.P. Kobe. Peace.